Hello, I am Hans, and this is my brother Franz, and together we are here to pump you up! No, seriously, we're actually going to be talking about toe issues, feet issues. The both of us have had a lot of big toe problems, and my brother's going to coach me through some of the toe drills that he's learned through the RKC. I am Franz, so I'm the little more buff one, just so we get that clear. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, both my brother and I are sprinters. We've got jacked up toes. Our toes don't extend very well. That's caused a lot of limitations and pain in our sprinting performance. It's sidelined us for a lot, so it's bad. Recently, I've taken some information from Brett Jones and Jeff O'Connor, RKC, master RKCs, and I want to share some of that information on just some basic stuff we can do with the toes. A little bit about footwear. He's wearing the Vibrams. I've been wearing them for over a year now. They've definitely helped my feet go ahead and my toes spread out a little bit. So I'm definitely getting much less foot pain just from wearing the shoes. So if you've got toe issues, definitely want to look into getting the Vibram 5 fingers. These guys, the guys that look like gloves. But for today, the monkey shoes. The monkey shoes. Let's have you take off your shoes. So one of the first things I want to do is just talk about feet in the lunge position. And one of the things we see is that as a coach and as a trainer, I find that most men are much better with their left leg forward in a lunge position, so if you can see me here. Because for some reason, I guess, on average, people's right toes bend better than their left. Maybe it's the culture, maybe it's just the dominant patterns that most of us have. But when I put them into this position, people kind of fall apart. Well, so the right leg forward tends to be a really tough position for them because they don't like to extend their left toe. And I'm definitely that person.
That would definitely be me.
And so is Keith. So one of the drills I want to do is just put Keith into the lunge position. And what most people do is they avoid pain and they try to wiggle out of using their toes. So you'll see the hip do this to try to avoid pain. Well, the first thing you want to do is just get in that static position, and even just staying here, shifting a little bit of weight back to the toes. Keith, and you're avoiding your big toe here, and really focusing that the first metatarsal, or the big toe joint, is on the floor. And just staying here, not painful, but so you feel a stretch and you feel that the joint is actually starting to open up. So this is a good assessment, but it's also just a very good stretch. And as he gets better, posture tall, he can sink into various levels. And you just go, and this could be something you could do daily, just to encourage static mobility, which is only part of the equation, in that toe. But just to get into that posture, it's going to be tough for people. It's going to be really hard. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't do it. So it usually will transfer into just better performance outside of the gym. So from there, let's go ahead and we're going to work on what's called a plie squat. And the plie squat, Keith, what I'm going to have you do is just go into kind of like a frogged out ballet position. As you squat down, you make yourself tall, you frog your knees out over the toes, posture tall. From here, I want you to come up onto your toes, but stay low. So you can see he doesn't have a lot of mobility in his toes here, but your goal would be to keep your first metatarsal down, and then from here, stand up, push through your toes, flat foot again, go ahead and come down. And this I learned from Brett Jones. He's not a ballet expert, but he does impersonate one on TV. So go ahead and come up. Do you feel the big toes? Yeah. Painful?
No, just stiff.
Okay, go ahead and come up. Let's do one more. So again, you would come down flat-footed. If you need to hold on to a stick or something, it's fine. This is not a balance exercise. And then you drive through the toes, mainly the first metatarsal, and back down. So that's our first series. Go ahead and try these exercises, and then in part 2 video, we're going to go over some additional foot and toe mobility exercises to make you a better athlete. Okay?